A lot of things have happened lately that I started asking questions as regards to why are some people successful and then why are some people not successful. Okay, I started taking some research, asking questions around this, and here are some of the things I've come out with. Right, like I've always said, success is predictable and failure is predictable. Look, guys, if you are going to see someone who is going to be successful, you interact with the person, you see the person behave, you see the things the person do, you're already going to tell yourself this person has a bright future, this person is going somewhere. Then you see someone who basically is doing some things contradictory with the universal laws of success. Then obviously you are telling yourself this person has no business succeeding. Okay, I prompted ChatGPT and said, if you are going to force people not to become successful, what are the things you're going to let them do? You're going to force them to do. Okay, and here are some of the common responses I got. One is that it's going to make them feel that comfort, feel like progress. That's amazing. And I want you to really look at it. You're going to normalize small wins. You're going to not bother to stretch yourself. You see, one of the things I've noticed about people who are basically mediocres is that they normalize small wins. They feel comfortable at one position. Oh, when they get to a particular point, they feel, oh, this is all there is to it. You are going to remain at that level of comfort. You see, growth does not stay in the place of comfort. Nothing successful stays in the place of comfort. So one of the things that is going to make you keep staying at where you are is that you're going to feel comfortable around comfort. You'll feel comfort is progress. Two, he's going to turn the person into a chronic planner. You're always planning. You are never interested in committing actions. You see, one of the greatest tragedies of people is to think that they need to be perfectly ready. That's the biggest problem you're going to have as a person, to think that you need to be 100% ready before you set out to launch. You want to write a book, your interest is that you are going to be perfect. You want to start a business, you want to be perfect. You want to start a prep talk, you want to be perfect. You want to start a coaching class, you want to be perfect. People who dwell in this level of thinking doesn't get so much done in real life. Because one thing I've always re-emphasized is that the world is going to reward you for the things you do, not for the things you think you want to do or for the things you intended to do. Genuine action, fake actions is tantamount to not having intentions at all, not having actions at all. You see, there is a quote I normally pass through saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. You are not going to continue planning your way to success. Successful people are people who bridge the gap between execution and idea. You're going to use the 2-day rule. You start any project within 48 hours of idea, you begin to reiterate it. If you keep planning, you have no business with being successful. Third one is that he's going to feed people with constant distraction. I see a lot of young people, young talents, even elderly people who are within the boundaries of distractions. You see, if you are going to get to anywhere far in life, you are going to avoid some level of noise. I call it noise in the background. If you are going to get to anywhere, then you are not going to listen to every dog that is going to bark at you on the street. You are going to feed them with distraction, noise, social gatherings, club, parties. No prioritized time for self-developing ventures. So your all interest is around mundane things. If you are going to get away with success, then you are going to stop feeding your distractions. One of the biggest errors of man is to compare himself with another person. Your progress is on your own personal timeline. A lot of people end up comparing themselves with others. Oh, they want to measure their success with other people. You think you are behind the scenes, you are looking at social media, and then all the things happening on social media, you feel, oh, you are left behind, you are not where you used to be. This is the number one of the biggest factors that make people remain where they are. Another point is that it keeps whispering to you that you are not ready. You see, fear of failure is one of the biggest pillars that have held people constant. You are not going to grow if you continue to think that in front of you are things you cannot do. Why are you not courageous enough? Why do you think that being in the boardroom, being in the big room is meant for some very special people? It's going to isolate them from people that are going to help them. You see, there is something very critical. There is something I've really seen with people who are not on their path to success. There is something very strange I've seen with people who are not on their path to success. And one of those things is these people surround themselves with mediocres. I call them average people, the yes people. If you are the only smartest person in the room, believe me, you are not going to stay too long. Your impact is not going to last. If you are not in a room where people challenge your thinking, where people ask you questions, where you question your own opinion, people are asking you, what do you want to do? You are with yes people who everything you said is the final. No room for iteration, no room for reimagination, no room for building your stretch, no room for mentorship. You are just around people that you can boss around. You can boss your opinion around. You are not going to really go far in life. Another point which I've seen very largely with people who has no business with success is that they want to keep procrastinating. I've done a previous series on procrastination, and I showed how procrastination costs US a huge sum of money every year. On the average, every young person wastes 2 hours of his day pushing tasks behind. 2 hours out of probably 8 hours of productive hours. You see, if you keep pushing things away, if you keep thinking that you have all the time in the world, if you keep thinking that I'm going to do it later, you are not going to get anything done. Procrastination is one of the biggest factors of people who have refused to succeed. It cuts across students who are in the school. Oh, they just finished lecture, you want to sit down, you want to go home, you want to go and relax. You don't want to open your book. Before you know it, the exam has come. The pressure has built up. Obviously, you're going to fail that exam. There is no magic to some of these things. There is one of my friends then in the university. I don't want to call his name, but the guy is a very blunt person, very realistic person. So he comes into the exam hall and he will clearly tell people around him that obviously it's not everybody that is going to pass this exam. Some people are going to fail and some people are going to come back to the seat. And the reality is that people are going to people started hating the guy. People started saying so many things about him. But was the guy saying the truth? Yes, the guy was saying the truth. The reality is that everybody wants to succeed. Probably everybody wants to pass that exam, but not everybody has done what is required to pass the exam. So the obvious is that some people are going to come back. Some people are going to fail. It's one thing about life. Everybody is not going to have their way to success. Not like success respects some certain kind of folks. No, just that success has some very universal principle that if you are going to succeed, then you have to keep those principles. There's one of my friends then that used to talk about the 5 P's, where you prepare yourself, 5 P's to success. You prepare, you plan, you prioritize, you prepare again. When I was in the varsity, right, funny enough then, before the exam, I have probably read my book, revised again for at least 5 times. So when I'm going into the exam hall, I'm already prepared. When the exam timetable is out, I'm not jittery, I'm not worried. Not because success was going to be special for some certain kind of thing. No. is simply because you need to stop procrastination. Another biggest pillar that keeps people not to succeed, a bad habit with money, is to build what I call the financial pressure. I've made a series around money habit. If you are not financially disciplined, you are not going to be successful. If you are the kind of person that you make 100,000, you finish 100,000. Some people even make 100,000 and take loan because their expenses have probably is hovering around 200,000. How can you be expensing more than what you earn? How do you want to succeed? People who build around financial pressure, no strategic saving, no investment, always amplifying their lifestyle, always trying to live, demonstrate to people that they are big enough. You want to look rich, you have no business being a successful person. Another critical pillar I've seen with people who hover around failure is that these people have a huge stake with gossip. There is a quote we read then that great people discuss ideas, average people discuss people. You are not going to get so far in life if the only time your energy comes out is when it happens to be people are discussing people. You hang around people who gossip, people who criticize, people who discuss others. You are not going to get so far in life. Another challenge is what I call the negative narrative. There are people who doesn't believe they are going to succeed. At the start of any project, in fact, you pitch an idea to them, the first thing that comes to their mind is that they start thinking how that idea is going to fail. Those people have no business with being successful. People who always see the negativity in things. People who always believe that things are not going to get well. They are not going to pass this exam. There is no need for them to read. A student at the preparation stage already is telling himself there is no need for him to write the exam. Knows that he was not going to pass. This exam is not for him. He will come back next year. I've seen people make those kind of comments. I've seen people who got into their career and they said, nah, here we go there, because the way they see this place, they no fee promote you if you don't kill yourself. That is a very bad mindset. That is a very unbelievable mindset. Another challenge I've seen with people who have no bargain with success is that they don't take full responsibility of their life. What do I mean? Once you see them, they keep complaining. They never believe that they are the cause of their own misfortune. They always want to attribute it to someone, probably an uncle there who didn't help them, probably their parents, their father, their mother who didn't have enough money to train them. Then why bring them out to the world? Probably their own village people. You will just ask them, what is the challenge? Nah, my brother, village people. How? Nah, my brother. They are shirike. You see, I can understand some of the spiritual factors that affect people who are trying to be on their way to success. But we're not going to delegate all those powers to the enemy. We are not going to delegate all those powers to our village people. We're not going to delegate all those powers to things happening around us, to our environment. I can understand the impact of your environment around. But then a lot of people don't want to take full responsibility of their life. They don't want to take full ownership. They just believe somewhere, somehow, someone is affected, someone is attacking them, once they go to God, all their prayer point is, God, fight people who are fighting me. Who is fighting you? Another challenge I have seen with people who have no business with success is they don't maintain excellence at anything they do. They are not interested in building competence. They are not interested in building skills. They are not interested. That particular thing they are doing, they don't even know 20% of it. So there is something lately I've also seen with the young people who are looking for work, for jobs somewhere. They will just chat you and say, please, is your company recruiting? Quietly hire me. And then you now ask, send me your CV. Some of the young graduates, you ask them their CV, they go back and take another 1 week to respond to you with their CV. I'm surprised. Because, we were in school then, I could remember some of my friends getting our CV every new semester. You just fill it up with the recent thing that you've done. From second. Yeah, we already had CV. We're sending our resumes to companies for internship, summer internship.
After NYSC, they don't have a resume. So you ask them for their resume, they go back and come back after 1 week and send you a Word document of their resume. When you look through the resume, it's completely empty. Then probably you are now forced to ask the person, what can you do? The person will now reply, I can do everything. How? How are you on your path to success? I said I was going to take my time to do a detailed video around this, okay? So let me explain again. Let me now tell you some of the things successful people do. Here are some things you're going to do to counteract your effort and run away from being a failure. One of them is that you are going to have a clear vision. You see, I read a book when I was still in my 3rd year, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and I would recommend everybody to go through this book. One of the characters of successful people is that they are very clear where they are going. You need to be definitely clear. They have definiteness of purpose. You need to be sure of where you are going. Everywhere cannot be a destination for you. If you are not sure where you are going, every road becomes a direction and every destination becomes your home. You see, one of the critical factors of succeeding is that you need to be clear what you want. You need to be very clear, crystal clear, 100%. The Bible said, write the vision and make it clear, so he who reads will run. You need to have a vision. You need to be sure of where you are going. Not, I can do anything. How can you do everything? Can you fly a plane? How can you do anything? Can you pilot? Can you captain a ship? How can you do anything? Can you operate someone? Can you be a surgeon? I'm amazed at the response I get with some people when I interact with them. Second point, if you are on the path of success, is that you must be decisive. Being decisive, you've taken a position, you've had a vision, then you need to begin execution. You need to be decisive. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Successful people make their decisions right. You need to be very decisive in anything you're going to do. Third thing, I've mentioned it about being clear, having vision. You need to be very clear what you want to do. You see, all leaders have vision. Where people lack vision, my people perish. The best way for you to predict your future is to see yourself in the future. I always say, call it the look of success. If you have a path with success, you need to already see yourself in that your tomorrow. That is going to fuel your effort. Oh, you wake up to, probably in 10 years time, you want to be like the Tony Elumelus in the business. You want to be like the Dangotes in the business. And already today you are not there. You keep getting pushed. Your energy is being revived every morning because you have a picture of where you are going to. The third thing, and I'm now going to begin to share some of my personal experiences around this. You need to have competence. You see, you must have a commitment to become excellent in your own field. You must not give it to chance. You must do your best at any field you find yourself. You see, I see a lot of people who claim they are this, they are that, but a quick discussion, a quick depth, you just understand how very scanty these people are from reality. My mentor told me when I was going to start my career, he told me, Bright, your career is like a pyramid. If you're a young person and you're on your way to success, you're on your path to success, probably in the career field, your career is like a pyramid. Start of your career, a lot of people are there. A lot of things are going to influence how people perceive you. The only thing that is going to differentiate you is competence. At that base, what can you do? How can you pass an impression that you are dependable? How can you pass an impression that people should believe in you in the first place? When your boss thinks about you, what comes to their mind first? Oh, they just want to risk another project, or they believe it's going to happen. At that base, competence is going to differentiate you. Because when I was looking out for a job then, we could go for assessment and we have batches, say batch A, batch 2, and probably you are in batch 4, and batch 4 has about 100 person. Then there is another batch up to batch 20, and I'm amazed. Over, say, 2,000 people hovering for like 10 positions. What is your chance of succeeding at that level? So you need to build competence. Another thing, if you are going to be on your path to success, is that you need to work hard. Yes, I see a lot of people talk about smart work. Fantastic. Smart work is very excellent. Yes, smart work, very fantastic. You need to have a commitment to working hard. The people who give anything beyond 8 hours are few. You see, 8 hours is the minimum requirement for success. A lot of people stop at 8 hours. The people who go beyond 8 hours now have a commitment with destiny. Why? Because, let me give you an instance. If you are living in Lagos, probably your work starts at 9 p.m. and 9 a.m. A lot of people, 9 a.m. Some people start at 8 a.m. and then everybody resumes at 9 a.m. If you are starting at 9 a.m., there is nothing different between you and others. Probably you're going to start your day from 9 a.m. People are going to leave 5 p.m. and I'm amazed. People leave by 5 p.m. Everybody leaves by 5 p.m. If you leave at 5 p.m., there is nothing different between you and others. And sometimes people who leave at 5 p.m. goes and stays in traffic for another 2 hours. So, do you want to think again and say, let me come a bit earlier? Because sometimes when I leave my house at 7:30, I must meet traffic. I must be on traffic for another 45 minutes. So what I started doing was to wake up early and leave my house very early. So at 6 a.m., 6:30, I already left my house. There is no traffic within that time. Before 7:30, I'm already in the office. Between 7:30 and 9, I've done a huge chunk of my tasks. People who are coming in 9, I already finished probably my Monday report, my Tuesday report, and I'm waiting to share that report with my boss. Then people who come in at 9, they are already on pressure. Between 9 and 10, when they will start sharing their report, they are not ready. And when you pass this kind of impression to your boss for the first time, second time, your boss will already make an impression about you that you are not a very competent person. You are not a dependable person. Another challenge is that, okay, now also think about, instead of leaving 5 p.m., you wait until 7 p.m. If you have a car, probably, if you're driving, you wait until 7 p.m. and allow people who are hustling, because it's rush hour, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's traffic hour. People are running into traffic. People are just on traffic. Between 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., you probably do another 2 hours of work. That is an investment. You are going to be different from your peers. Another thing you need to do for you to be on your path to success is that you need to have focus. You need to have concentration. You can have a vision, but you are not focused. You can work hard, but you are not focused. So in the morning, there are a lot of things you want to do. How many of them are very important to you? You need to prioritize them. Probably out of 10 to-do lists for you, you have 5 that are very critical to your success. Those 5 could be the 80% of what you need, because the 80%, 20% rule always works. So what are the 20% of the things you need to do that delivers the 80% of the result? You need to focus on those ones. You need to have focus. Then you need to be curious. A lot of people are not curious. People don't ask why. There was a young lady I was going to discuss that time, mentioned to me about a business, and when she talked about the objective, the things she wants to do, I asked her 5 whys on her business. When we began to look at the 5 whys of what she wants to do, things begin to get clear. You see, if you are going to really be on your path to success, you need to know exactly what you want to do and why you want to do it. People don't bother to go in detail to ask why. When you ask the first why, ask the second why you want to do things, ask the third why, ask the fourth why, before the fifth why, things begin to get clearer. There was one guy in my office then that I used to come to. He normally comes late. He comes around 9 a.m., sometimes 9:30, sometimes 10 a.m. A young intern. I was bothered. I asked him, why are you always late? What is the challenge? He said, it's traffic. I said, traffic is not your problem. If traffic is your problem, then you need to wake up early. Why are you always late? Oh, we started, so I said, let's us have a discussion. Oh, okay. I asked him, why are you always late? He said, traffic, okay. Why are you always on traffic? He looked again, he thought again, he said, because I wake up late. I said, why do you normally wake up late? He said, because he sleeps late. I said, why do you always sleep late? He said, sometimes he presses his phone, he scrolls on social media, he's on Netflix. You see. So when we asked after the fourth why, we now discovered what is making him come late to work. Not even that he woke up late, it's because of the small habit of pressing phone over the night, watching Netflix until 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and he sleeps late. So what did he have to do? He had to begin to manage his time. So he tried sleeping a bit earlier, stopped schooling, and that guy started coming early. Wake up early, beat traffic, and then these are small habits that builds on your way to success. Another thing I've seen people who want to succeed do is that they have courage. Why are you scared? I always ask people, why are you scared? The people that are in the boardroom of Apple, are they morons? I mean, guys, why don't you have enough courage? Courageous people are people who master their fears. You need to be courageous. You need to have the ability. Look, there is no security in life. Let me explain again. People are not going to succeed beyond their fears. Fear, F-E-A-R, false events appearing real. Sometimes when you find, have you sometimes finished a particular task and you look back and you say, this was what I was even afraid to do before. If you are going to have a path with success, then you need to be courageous. You do not need to be afraid of anything. I think another thing which a lot of people miss is that you need to bridge the gap between ideas and execution.
And when you do all those things, you're on your path to success. We're going to continue a series on this and also begin to build some capsules, especially for young people who are on their career path on productivity discussions. Good luck, guys. Thank you.